Hello. So I just got done performing Botschaft by Brahms, and I was a nervous wreck. But I had to remind myself that um, I am just getting back into vocal performance, and I haven't performed in a long time. So although it was really nerve-wracking, it was a really, really good experience. And I was the only person that had my music memorized, so I was really happy about that. I was very happy about that. And yes, I was the only one that had it memorized, and my voice sounded really, really full. There were two other performers who performed, so I'm so glad that I had my stuff memorized. That really helps a lot. Right then, I wasn't conveying the actual meaning of the piece very well because I was concentrating too much. And then that's another thing, I was concentrating on everything too hard. My posture wasn't good. I was slumped over, kept on slumping in this way instead of, being nice and tall. And I forgot about, the posture that you take on stage. There's a certain posture and a certain stance that you take when you're on stage, and you have a dignified posture, and you take your authority on stage, and I didn't do that today. So tomorrow, the next time, not tomorrow, but the next time that I get the chance to do that, then I will definitely have the proper stance while I'm on stage and take my authority more. So that will be awesome. I think that was my biggest battle while I was up there. I would have done a lot better if I just would have stood up properly and took the stance that I was supposed to take while being on stage. So because when you're slumped over and when you don't have good posture, then everything else starts to kind of sink in, and everything as far as the spacing in the back of your mouth goes, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what kind of happened, and I kept on starting the song. I kept on starting Botschaft from a really narrow, tight place, and Miss Donahue, that was my vocal teacher, by the way. Miss Donahue, she kept on trying to get me to start from a bigger, more fatter place and sound that I needed to start on. Yeah, she wanted me to start in a better place. So I'm just gonna have to work on posture, not moving my right hand, and yes. And the reason why I conduct and kind of move my right hand, I also conduct, so it's kind of a bad habit of mine. But the reason why I do that is to get my body involved and get my breathing involved and get my tummy involved in singing. But whenever I just stand still and make my arms be still and all that kind of stuff, then I make myself get into singing correctly and with the proper breath underneath correctly. So for those of you who have that problem and struggle with that, like I did today, then if you are still and centered, and if you don't move, your arm or your hand or whatever tends to move while you're on stage or when you're nervous or whatever, then you'll be able to concentrate more on what you're doing inside, on how you're breathing and all that kind of stuff. And then since I was nervous, everything really shut down, and I hate it. I had the video camera, the person who was taking me, I had the video camera like right in the back of the recital hall, and so you couldn't really hear me, which wasn't good. But I'm getting better. Like I said, I'm just getting back into vocal performance, so y'all are going to have to bear with me. But the times that I really sounded, full, especially when Miss Donahue was having me sing and rehearse certain phrases, I sounded a lot better. So I'm really grateful for that. I'm glad that y'all got to hear some of the full sound that was supposed to be there. the entire time. But you know, everything is a learning experience, and I'm sure it'll get better and better with each time that I'm able to get up. So I'm really excited, and I'm really excited about being able to perform vocally and everything. So yes, you will be hearing this piece again in my senior recital, and I'm going to vocalize some more through this piece because I'm going to have to practice it anyway for the vocal juries that I told you about in my intro video at the top of this page. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I think that's all that I have to say, and y'all have a great rest of your day.